Hi, I'm Brandon Dale, and on this edition of Dual Controllers, we're going to look at multiplayer. We're going to be covering games from Call of Duty to Assassin's Creed. We'll also be taking a look at retro gaming's take on multiplayer and all the games where you're not alone.
Frustrated, degraded, down before you're done. Rejection, depression, can't get what you want. Live to win, till you die, till the light that's in your eye. Live to win, take it all, just keep fighting till you fall. Yeah, live, yeah, win. The invisible man.
The multiplayer genre spreads in various forms, from consoles to PC gaming, and even the arcades. But I'll let Dylan handle that. Our journey starts with Nintendo. Ever since the 64, Mario Party has kept the multiplayer minigames alive. The Mario Party games consist of puzzle and action in order to create hours of fun as you and 3 other friends try to be the superstar of the map. In order to be the superstar of the map, you have to collect the most stars, and that all depends on how close you are to the star and how can you stop your opponent from getting there before you. The Mario Karts are another great example of multiplayers with Nintendo. In these games, you pick your favorite Nintendo character and race off against other characters on different tracks. On the tracks are power-ups that you can use to gain the lead or defend your lead. These games have spawned sequels and even parts into handheld consoles. But what about multiplayer nowadays? We have the Wii, PlayStation 3s, and Xbox 360s, all with online multiplayer, each better than the last. And alongside those, we have PC online gaming. But what formed the ground that these types of games stand on? The answer lies in retro.
Retro gaming laid the groundwork for multiplayer on the consoles and in the arcade. Consoles that came with more than one controller port held the ability for a friend to come along and play alongside you or against you. Games like Contra utilized this feature, and it didn't change how the game flowed, but did add limitations. As the consoles evolved, soon the N64, Sega Dreamcast, and PS1 featured 4 controller ports, as well as the Xbox when it hit the scene. With these evolutions, it wasn't long until video games jumped onto online.
With the introduction of the PS2 and Xbox came the start of multiplayer, as we all know today. The PS dubbed theirs PlayStation Network, and Xbox dubbed theirs Xbox Live. Nintendo didn't offer online playability until the Nintendo Wii, which is one of the best-selling Nintendo consoles of all time. With how multiplayer is today, anyone can play against any other player in games built for multiplayer. Such franchises that are best known for their multiplayer are games like Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, and Halo. And as previously mentioned on our other zombie episode, Left 4 Dead, Dead Island, and Dead Space are great zombie multiplayer thrillers. Some multiplayer are for scoring and ranks, others are for survival and teamwork. And I can hear you through the screen. What about PC gaming? Well, it got its start with the MMORPG, such as games like World of Warcraft. These games center around a huge map area that you get to explore and free roam. As the first-person shooters got ported to the PC, the multiplayer got the same treatment as consoles. And some well-known games for the PCs are Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike, and the before-mentioned World of Warcraft. As you can see, multiplayer has made its home in gaming, but it can run into some trouble. Most gamers, especially PS users, know about the PSN hacking, and it left all gamers wondering who would be next. But everyone can rest assured knowing that if something like that ever happened, multiplayer will always come back. So even after the post-multiplayer apocalypse, arcades are still around, and their days of the retro, and are still rocking the multiplayer.
Even before consoles started the trend of co-ops like multiplayer, arcades started and kept multiplayer alive since games like Pong and Space War.
Thanks, Dylan. As you guys can see, anytime you walk into an arcade, you're bound to find a wide range of multiplayer games. But enough of us talking. Here's you guys talking about the multiplayer games that you love.
I think I would have to say Army of Two.
I'd say my favorite one out of all would have to be Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Team Fortress 2,
Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Call of Duty.
My favorite of all time is probably Portal 2. The reason why is because, well, it's cooperative. You don't have to hurt anyone, you don't have to help anyone, you just do stuff with your friend. It's plain and simple. Plus, science and the cake is a lot.
I liked it because of the opposite character choices. You know, you could have the wimpy genius, or you can have the big, buff, bull-headed dummy. I also enjoyed the weapons choices that you could have, and the graphics are amazing.
Because you get to have the feeling that you can hunt someone else and yet you're being hunted as long as you're hunting them. But if you die, you can actually just spawn right back in, just not like a permanent death. You can just keep going, keep getting kills, keep getting certain hidden kills.
And I like it because you have a wide variety of characters to pick and choose from. You have a wide variety of items and weapons at your disposal, a huge number of levels to pick from to just destroy anyone who opposes you.
Any of the series, and the reason I like playing it is just it's an action-packed game and you get to play with people all around the world.
That's it for this episode of Dual Controllers, and remember,
Don't go in alone. And like Val says, we'll see you in episode 3.